All right, everybody, or whoever's on, thanks for joining us. Real quick, first thing we're going to do is we're going to go over how to connect your StreamLine box. It's really simple. You have a couple different cords. You have your box, pretty simple. You have your power cord. Plug the box in, and then plug this end into the wall, of course. Then you have your supplied HDMI cable. Some people need a little longer cable. You can get them pretty cheap. It's your HDMI cable. Plugs into the back of the box. Then plugs into the back of your TV. All right. So from there, once it's plugged in, we need to get it online. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this camera around, and during this, if you have any problems with your box, we'd love to help you out, and we'll stay on after this video. We're going to keep this really short and simple, and then we'll field any questions on what we've shown, and then from there, we'll handle any problems you have with any of the boxes and any questions you have from there. All right, so let me turn this around and get started. All right, here we go. And thanks for being a part of the first StreamLine Facebook Live. We're very excited. We're going to start doing this weekly, and hopefully it's going to help a lot of people be able to become experts at finding things they're looking for, because once you learn the box, it's not that hard. So once you start, the first thing you want to do is you want to make sure you're online. Most of the problems we have are because you're not online. You'll notice up on the top left, the date. If the date is wrong, you are not online. If the time is wrong, you are not online. So you can be online and then be booted offline somehow, and the date and time will only be a couple hours off, still meaning you're not online. You can also know by the middle box. The middle box right there will have our latest and greatest offerings to you guys. We're going live, the remote controls, the keyboards, the lighted back keyboards, the special. If you don't see the latest and greatest, if you see that, that means you are not online. Yes, I know it's obvious, but we like to state the obvious. The top right corner is going to tell you whether you're online or not. If you see two computers like that, that means you're plugged into the Ethernet. And this is what we recommend, unless you have a very strong or very powerful Wi-Fi. I use the new Google MiFi, which I have a big house. It's a 3,000 square foot house, and I have boxes in every room, and I'm able to get them everywhere without wires everywhere. So if you do need to connect Wi-Fi, it does have a Wi-Fi, but that depends on how far away it is and how strong your Wi-Fi is. So if you have a Wi-Fi, what you're going to do is you're going to go over to the settings. You're going to click on the settings tab, and then you're going to go into your network. And then it's just like your phone or tablet or anything else. You're just going to turn on your Wi-Fi and then find your Wi-Fi devices, and then just put in your password and get on.
Just like it shows in both the setup activation video on our website as well as the troubleshooting on the website. I'm Rob, I'm the engineer, and one nice feature of the new LT3 is we have a troubleshooting icon here on the main page. If you actually click on that, it's going to take you over to the troubleshooting section on the website, which you can also get to from a computer by just going to StreamLineTV.com, like it says in the bottom right hand corner of the TV screen, and then click on support, and then select your model from the model listings that are on that page there. If you click on the LT3, then you'll go over to the same place that you get to by clicking on the support from there. And there's a nice new video that is all new and up to date and everything on there that will talk about all of the things that Robert just mentioned here as far as connecting up your internet and what to do and how to connect everything.
Awesome. So if you have any problems whatsoever, we are open 12 to 8 Monday through Friday. and by select appointments only on Saturday. If you need help, the best way to do it, the only way to do it, is to fill out to fill out a ticket. It's a support ticket. Our tech support team can't talk to anybody without a tech support ticket. So there's a couple things we're going to run over, what you're going to want to do when you do have a problem, or if you do have a problem with the box. And once you do these 4 things, then you're welcome to get in contact with our tech department, and they're very thorough and they will help you, but they want to know that you're doing everything you can to help yourself. And we have phenomenal tools if you just use them. I'm going to let Rob take over from here and explain the system that they use.
All right, so the very first thing that you need to do for any kind of troubleshooting is turn the box off. Same thing with your computer, same thing with your phone. If you're having problems with it, you turn it off, turn it back on, and see if it's working. If it's still having the problem at that point, with StreamLine, what you do is you go over and make sure you have the latest pack, which I'll show you how to do that in just a moment. If you do have the latest pack, reinstall the latest pack and make sure that you clear the pack cache data before you do that install. Make sure you leave that checked. The last thing that you do if you're still having trouble is definitely make sure that you are having a good internet connection. So we'll go ahead and go over and take a look at the pack information right now. And according to the setup video, you should have your icon right here for the pack loader. So you'll simply click on that. Make sure that your server and your version and the server version both match. If they do not match, then you're out of date, and that's more than likely what your problem is. If they do match, then you're going to want to go ahead and click on the install pack and keep the clear cache and data checked. That's going to wipe out any problems that you're having and start over. I'm going to go ahead and leave that unchecked right now just to show you the internet speed portion of this. So just like it says in the setup video, when you click on yes, this is going to determine how good your internet connection is. So if you start doing the install and this download portion takes a significant amount of time, meaning 4 minutes or longer just for the download, then you're having a problem with your internet connection. You can see just in the past few seconds I've already gotten up to 16%, and it's going to jump up again here. .22%. So I'm going to go ahead and hit cancel right there, and we can see that this is definitely going to go longer, be a lot quicker than 4 minutes. So are you sure you want to cancel? I'm going to go ahead and cancel, and since my download did not complete, I definitely want to make sure that I hit remove partial download and start over. That's going to wipe out the partial download that I just did, so I don't have a problem next time I go in to try to download. So after you've done those things, then you can go ahead and go back into the movie section and check everything and make sure it's all working.
Awesome. All right, thanks. So now what we're going to do is we're going to show you what to do if you're having immediate problems. Your screen freezes. It spins and spins, and you're not able to get anywhere, and the remote sticks. What you're going to do is if you're using the remote, you're going to hit the home button, which is a picture of the little house on the top left. If you're using a keyboard, you still use the home button, which is the little house to the right of the mouse pad. Once you hit the home button, then you're going to go down to the task cleaner. It's the little rocket ship towards the bottom right. Click on that, and then it's going to launch the rocket. What that's going to do is that's just going to clear the cache. It's going to clear anything that's open in the background. Once you do that, go back into the media center, and you're good to go. If you have any further problems, you're going to go to StreamLineTV.com/support. You're going to follow the 4 steps. Then you're going to click on the model you have, follow that video, and if it still's not working, just like Rob said, you're just going to fill out that form. And if it's during our normal operation, we'll more than likely get back to you within an hour, unless we're just really busy, but that's very rare. From there, let's talk about how to find movies, TV shows, and more. So starting out, we're going to go with movies. That's usually TV shows and movies are the most popular. We're going to start with movies. So from movies, everything on the top is just the navigation bar. So if you move up to the top, all that is just navigating what you're trying to find. Sports, live TV, system. So someone just asked on our Facebook page, how do you find a UFC fight? So I'm not going to go into detail because there's none playing right now. But what you do is you go over to sports, go down into sports channels 1, 2, C Cloud, UK Sports, and you start zooming in through there. Just go into one of those channels. From there, you're going to go into UFC or live events. Once you're on live events, then you're just going to find that event live. Now, the only bummer with live events are two things. Is one, they're going to be in standard definition, one, and two, they're going to be a little harder to find because they're not stagnant. So that means they move around a lot. So it's going to take a little bit of practice. You can find just about anything if you get good at it, but we do not promote sports. So our specialty is TV shows and movies. Yes, you can get a whole lot more, but this is what we're good at. So he's showing you different places you can go watch sports in the UFC and wrestling, and that would be some of those apps would be a lot of those apps would give you your previous fights, pre-recorded fights are on those apps as well. From there, let's go into how to find a movie. Now, keep in mind, there's, like the saying goes, I've always wondered where it came from, but there's more than one way to skin a cat. So from there, I'm gonna, once I have that the category, I'm on the movies. Go on, when you're on the movies tab, click down one time, and all the links below the category you're on are the apps we use, or think of them as channels to watch the movies or the TV shows or whatever. Keep in mind, we always start with our favorite apps to the left, and then we move to the second, third, fourth, fifth. So much so that instead of the names, we almost label them Movies 1, Movies 2, Movies 3, Movies 4. But we want you to get used to the names so you know what's going on.
Sometimes you may notice something will move from the first position over to the fourth position, and something that was previously not even on there is no longer, or is now there, or something like that. When that happens, it's just because the thing that is now in the first position is now the one that's working best, and the thing that used to be in the first position is now moved, is because it's no longer working as well as what has taken over its spot.
So that brings up a very big point, a very key subject with StreamLine. What makes StreamLine unique is our ability to change on a monthly basis, because this is an ever-evolving industry. And we know a lot of people who have the Fire Sticks and the jailbroken Fire Sticks and the Chinese boxes they picked up for $50, $100. And they were told that it updates itself. However, it doesn't truly do that. It does it to a sense. And what I mean by that, and I'm just going to spend just a real quick moment on this, is something you need to know when people say, oh, I got mine for $50 or $100. Yeah, and that's a temporary fix. What happens is how the boxes and the sticks work is they run off apps. The apps, once they're on a box or on a stick, once they're connected to the internet, they will update themselves automatically. However, I call them the Al-Qaeda because they come and go. One app goes away, two apps come back. And what happens to dead apps is on a Fire Stick or a box that you can't update, they stay on that box forever. And the only way to get rid of them is to have somebody go in and put in new apps and get rid of the old ones. So every 2 to 3 months, you're sending, sometimes 3 times a month, we're changing our pack because things change that fast and we're on it. We've been doing this 11 years and we are the industry leaders. And we have a server, we have the pack on the server. You just click the update button like he showed you. It puts a whole new pack and makes it like a brand new box. And with our lifetime warranty and 30-day money-back guarantee, like nobody else offers that in the world, in the industry, and we're very proud of that fact, and our differences set us apart. Think of us more as a monthly service you don't ever have to pay for. but once. Anyways, moving on, you want to watch a movie, go down to the first link, click on it, then go down to movies, click on movies, and it's going to give you a plethora of choices. So you can watch in progress, featured, populars. I like going just to populars. Keep in mind, if you know what you want to watch, you can do a search for it and not have to go through this the charades of, but this is great when you don't know what you want to watch. So let's say we want to watch The Mummy. Go down to The Mummy. All you got to do is click on it. And what it's going to do now, it takes usually about 30 seconds. It's going to go through and find all the sources or links to the movie The Mummy that exists online that they know that's good. So this is kind of like getting up and going and finding the DVD, right? And there they all are. All the choices are on the right. You can click on any one of those. And within a very short time, it plays a Chinese... No, that's just what happens when they're brand new. And there it is, in HD. You will notice the foreign subtitles. This movie's brand new. It's still in the theaters. So it is in HD. However, it will have foreign subtitles until it gets released on DVD, which means you still will watch it in HD better than anywhere in the world and first. But if you, the foreign subtitles, and it'll be in perfect sound, perfect picture. However, they can have subtitles for a little bit of time. But the other option is to go to the movies. The next one I'm going to show you is John Wick, Chapter 2. The nice part is on the box, on the StreamLine box, if you haven't seen John Wick Chapter 1, all you have to do is go do a search for it in the movie app instead of doing populars and watch John Wick 1. Then you can watch John Wick 2, which is up here. He's showing you in 1080. You can pause it.
Show that there's no subtitles on it.
No subtitles on this too. You can pause it. You can fast forward it 10 minutes. You can skip it back 10 minutes. And how you do that is hit the up arrow, and that'll give you a 10-minute skip ahead. Hit the down arrow. That'll give you a 10-minute skip back. Hit the right arrow. That gives you a 30-second forward. Hit the left arrow. It gives you a 30-second back. That is as easy as that. So for example, I wanted to show you how you can do a search for any movie you want. Let's just say you wanted to watch Wedding Crashers. It's something that I decided I wanted to watch the other night. It's nice because all you do is type in Wedding Crashers and you have on-demand. We just typed in wedding, and so now it's going to pull up everything that has wedding in it. And what's nice about this is I want to watch this, but I want to watch it later. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in my favorites. I'm going to hit the context menu, which is on the keyboard. It's the letter C. On the remote, it would be, let's see, this one right here. I don't know if you can see that, but it's that one right there. That home button's here. That would be the context menu. So we have a question. Can you turn the box on and off with the MIDI keyboard? So we're going to show you. Hold up the keyboard.
So that's actually on the getting started video for the LT3. If you press the FN, which is function, it's the same as on a laptop. You hold that down and then press the enter key, which in very tiny writing, which I'm sure you can't see on here, it says Control-Alt-Delete. That will restart the box. Other than that, the box will actually go to sleep after 12 hours. And if you go to the troubleshooting video, you can see all of the settings and how to change that to a different amount of time. But the box will actually go to sleep and basically shut down, and the keyboard will turn it back on.
Keep in mind, you do want to keep the box powered on when you're not using it. And the reason you want to do this is because it will update on a continuous basis. If you turn it on just to watch it, and let's just say you spent the past 24 hours or so not watching or having the box turned on, what's going to happen is it's going to have to update before you can watch it. So it's going to take 10 minutes maybe, or 5 minutes, who knows, to update before you can do anything. So just keep that in mind we recommend keeping the box turned on all the time. It will power off. Let's see. Why are the shows on US TV 3 hours ahead?
Because it's East Coast. Questions for the end.
That's a great question. We'll cover that on the end, at the end of the video. We'll be happy to show you where to find anything you're trying to find. And William, thanks for joining. If you have any questions, shoot. We could show you. Let's do a TV. Let's do some TV shows. Let's show you how you can find a TV show. Oh, and so look, we just put something in our favorites. Go back up to the TV shows. So what you do is when you're on the main page, and you can get to this page here by hitting the escape button at any time.
Or return on the remote.
Okay, so why do I get the video pair? Oh, so where it says it's not.
Oh, whenever you get something that says that it needs to be paired, just hit cancel on that and go on to the next one, or use a different app. Those get weeded out monthly, and we try to keep those out of the packs so that they're not an option. However, they're popping up all the time, and they have been for a long time, many years, and we just make sure that we try to keep those out as often as possible. And so from pack to pack, we'll remove those. But if you can't find a movie or a TV show episode in one particular add-on, such as Elysium or Exodus, go ahead and try another one. Salts is actually the most underrated app for using for watching TV shows. However, in my opinion, it's one of the best. You can find HD content quite often in there, and you usually don't have any of those problems. And that's exactly why on the scroller right here it says if you can't find something working in one add-on, try another one such as Elysium or Exodus.
Okay, so the next question. Is there an option to turn off the LED on the front of the box? It's really bright in the bedroom at night. It's called, my solution is black electrical tape. I totally agree with you. It's needed just to know what state the box is in, but I'm with you on that. If you have a keyboard, you can hide the box because you don't need direct sight if you have a keyboard. If you have a remote, you have to have it directionally point at it.
All right, this is in the troubleshooting video which I just mentioned. However, I'll just go ahead and show it real quick, just because it is something that people don't know about. If you go to settings and you go to display, go over to Daydream, and then when to sleep. It's currently set to 12 hours. If you change it to 30 minutes or 1 hour, within that amount of time of the box not being used, it's going to go into sleep mode, and that blue light will actually shut off.
All right, so let's see. Why does StreamLine, hold on, stop a movie? So why does StreamLine TV stop a movie in the middle and jump to the feed list? Okay, great question. That means that you picked a bad source. All you got to do is just go to the next source down, hit enter, and make sure it doesn't say the same thing.
If it stops in the middle, that's usually from pausing the movie for too long, and then it will catch up to the point that it buffered to. The movie will stop because that source is no longer a valid source. What that means is once you hit play, it will allow you to go all the way to the end unless you pause, and now your particular feed is inactive, and so it has been reset up to the point where it buffered until.
I couldn't even tell you the last time I've seen that do that on something of mine.
How often do you pause it for a length of time?
I don't know.
Yeah,
but it's pretty easy just to go to the next stream, and what's nice is it'll usually ask you if you'd like to continue. So wherever it stopped, it will ask you if you'd like to continue, and if not, all you have to do is hit the up arrow. So say you're 38 minutes into the movie, or all you do is hit the up arrow 3 or 4 times, and then hit the left arrow twice, and that'll get you right back there. So just learn the sources that work best is the easiest way that I do it. I don't ever have that happening. So also see how long he's saying. Rob said how long you're pausing the movie. But just try a different source. It should start right back up, no problem. If it doesn't, let me know. The time and date sometimes revert to 1970, preventing... That's your internet, brother. That means you have a router that's timing out is more likely my guess. I'm not tech, but I'll let Rob cover it. But when I see that happening, every time when I'm at a house, it's their internet. I'm going to tell everybody this. I highly recommend hard wiring units in. I actually went with the new Google internet, which kicks butt. I'll have Rob lift it up and show you. There's 3 of them. So it's like a little orb right there. And I put one there, one in our office, and then one in our upstairs bedroom, which is like 3,000 feet away. It's pretty far. And it's working great. So that's what I use. But you have to make sure you guys are using a good... If you're going to use Wi-Fi, it's got to be good. I just spent almost $300 on Wi-Fi. I did have my whole house wired, and a squirrel came and chewed my wires, so I got tired of it, so I just invested in some good Wi-Fi.
And a note on Wi-Fi routers is they're only good for like 2 to 3 years, and if you have the one that came with your internet provider, it's garbage. In fact, AT&T will tell you that they're only good for 20 feet.
So, and that's another thing to look at, you guys. We're all about saving you guys money. So look at how much you're spending. Look at your Comcast or AT&T or whatever your bill is, and see how much you're spending on their router. I remember many years ago, Rob came over to our house, and he laughed that I had a Comcast modem, and he asked how long I had it for. And then when I told him 8 years, he was crying. He was laughing so hard when he told me I spent $1,000 on a $100 modem. That's so far outdated, he doesn't even know how it works. So they will do that to you until you call them on it.
You can pick up a new Comcast modem at Walmart for $50 or $70.
Which is better than theirs. I mean,
yeah.
Okay, so let's see. Is the keyboard a better option than the remote? I haven't used the remote. If I have to use the remote, it really bothers me. It'd be like, imagine using the keyboard for a computer. Now don't get me wrong, you can use and I don't care if it's our keyboard. We only have that keyboard as a convenience sake, especially when we're out doing home shows and that type of thing. People actually see us using them and then want them, and then when we don't sell them, they get a little upset. So that's why we ended up selling them. But it's also so much nicer to have a keyboard when you're trying to search for a movie. So let's just say you wanted to watch the great, I don't know, name something far. Something long. What's something like
Independence Day. So if you wanted to watch Independence Day and you're using the remote, you'd
have to go over. You get it's just like Netflix and everything else. It's the same thing.
So it's pretty horrible. Whereas with the keyboard, you can just type in Independence.
Okay, is the keyboard better? Okay, wait, hold on. Okay, our new ones have been saying Cody has stopped working. So anyway, you get the idea. It's way better to have a keyboard. Plus, you can use this as an actual computer. You can go on Facebook. You can go on YouTube. You can go anywhere you want. And when you have just a remote, it sucks. If I had just a remote, I would never go on it. But I use YouTube on here all the time. On a big TV, it's nice. So Cody, so that's
okay. If something says that it stopped working, I would follow the troubleshooting video first off, because that's going to be a little bit more than what we have time to talk about here. What you can do is close out of the media center and make sure that you hit that rocket ship, and then go back into it. But again, fill out the watch the troubleshooting video. If that doesn't cover it for you, then definitely contact us by using the trouble ticket on the website.
Awesome. What else we got here? Let's see. All right, can we go over how to save favorites? All right, so what you want to do, here's what's cool about saving favorites. And hey, I see the unsolved mysteries. at the end of this, we'll go into specific programs and see if we can help you find them. We want to give a general right now. So on favorites, you can save a category as well as a movie or TV show. So you can say, hey, I like TV shows, I like favorites in this section. So you can go to populars, right? And then you can save the section populars just by hitting the C or hitting the context menu like we showed you, which is, let's see, very much, which is the C button. Let's see, right here, the C. It's a little blurry, it's too far away. Just hit the C, or you hit the context menu.
Which just says menu on the remote. So I just did that, I just added it to favorites. I hit C and then added to favorites. I wanted to remove it, now I could, but so now that it's added, if I go back to the main screen, doesn't matter if I'm on the news tab, if I go over and hit the star, you can see there's populars. And from here, if I wanted to, I could actually hit the letter C and I can say rename, and I can change it to popular movies or TV shows or whichever one that was, which I believe I was actually in TV shows. So that's how you do that. If I wanted to reorganize this, of course, I could hit this and tell it to move up or down if I wanted to remove it, or whatever. So I'm just going to go ahead and remove that.
I love what you guys are doing. Thanks, Mark. We're here for you guys. We know it's a little frustrating sometimes, but think of it this way. Remember our phones when they first became smart and it was us that were dumb? But we learned and we paid attention and we just kept at it, and now I don't know how I could live without my phone. The other thing to think about is things like this. I was spending $123 a month on TV. Take that money, put that into an escrow account, pay a principal on your house every year, and you'll pay your house off 10 years earlier just by not having the crap TV that feeds you commercials and is just horrible. All right, let's see. Is there a way to clear the memory with the keyboard on the SX2?
To clear the memory.
I'm not sure what you mean by, oh yes, okay, you mean the rocket ship. Yes, what you have to do is hold the context menu.
He said on the
SX2.
keyboard.
Oh, let's see. Oh, no, so there's not. So that's a great point. On the SX2, that was our second model, actually. And you have to keep the remote, and you have to use the remote and you have to hold the context menu down for 3 seconds. There's no way to do it on the keyboard.
However, a nice little deal that we will give anyone that has any of our older boxes, anybody that's on this live feed right now. If you go to our shopping cart on the website, StreamLineTV.com, go to products. If you have an older box and you would like to upgrade it, we will give you a upgrade coupon that will make it 50% off. So the normal upgrade to go from one of the older boxes to the newest box is $100. If you use coupon code UPDOG, that's just UPDOG, that will make it so it's $50 instead of $100.
If you need that information again, just get a hold of us, private message us, and we'll send you that code out. So is that? Oh no, that favorites. A great question, Tron. Tron Legacy, nice. Is that favorites only for Elysium? No. So that favorites is for basically everything except Specto. So Exodus. If you go into Exodus, you go to TV shows. Oh, by the way, check this out. Go to networks real quick. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Stay on topic.
I am. I'm actually answering that question. So I just added Suits and Game of Thrones. I added Game of Thrones from Elysium. And so if I click on Game of Thrones in Elysium, and then I hit the up arrow a couple times, oops. Okay, so Game of Thrones, and now if I go over and I hit it, you can see that I'm in Elysium. So you can see right there, it's in Elysium. So I'm going to cancel that. And now if I go back out here and go to the star and go to Suits, that's actually opening it up in Exodus. So wherever you save it to favorites from, it's going to be saved to favorites for that particular one.
All right, we got any more questions? We'll continue on. We're about almost done. So we covered basically, if you have a problem with the box, the first thing you want to do, I'm going to go over this real quick. We want to hit the home button. From wherever you are, you hit the little house. From there, you're going to go to the task cleaner. You're going to clear the task cleaner. If you have an SX2, you're going to have the remote. You're going to have to hold the context menu down for 3 seconds.
Or you can just restart the box by hitting Control-Alt-Delete. If you have one of our keyboards, it's just FN, which is in the bottom keyboard corner, and then Enter, and that's going to restart the SX2.
All right, do we have any other questions? Okay, so let's go with. So let's see if we can find. I'll try for you real quick because we're about done. We'll just field any questions you guys have. I'm gonna go through here and make sure. Is the LT2 compatible with the 4K TV? Yeah, the new boxes, yes, they are. The whole challenge is finding 4K content. So, and as time goes by, you're going to see a lot more of it. So there's not even a lot of content out that you could pay for in 4K. Most of it's enhanced 1080. However, there are some specialized 4K channels, and the box will support it, yes. And yes, leave your box on all the time. And we'll update to Krypton.
The new update is coming out for the LT2 and the LT3 within the next month. There were some major security issues and concerns with the newest version of the media player, which is why we did not release it. We've been waiting for complete 100% stability with zero security concerns until we release it. The reason why it will not be available for older boxes is because it is not written for the same operating system, and that's why it's only available on the boxes that we've had come out in the past couple of years here. So it's only going to be the LT2 and the LT3.
I think that's it. I just want to make sure I got all your guys' stuff. Okay, so which ones are the older models? So the two oldest models are the SX2 and the SLT. And if you have one of those two, if you have any boxes, we'll always upgrade you. But if you have one of those two boxes, we'll give you on any of them. Those are the two that I recommend updating because they're old. It's like having honestly, it's like having a iPhone 2 or a Galaxy S2 is what it'd be like. And we're saying, hey, it's normally $100, but for $50, since you've been our customer for so long, for $50 we'll give you a brand new LT3. So that's up to you guys, and it's UPDOG is the code, UPDOG, and I'm also going to offer anybody on this call an extra $50 off the July special we already have. So just as a thank you for being on the call. What should we make the code? Thank you.
Just thank you. Post a comment in the comment section of this video right now, and we'll go ahead and private message you. That way, this is for people that are currently on, so we can see that they were on the call.
Thanks so much for your help. Rob has always been willing to help and fix our problems no matter how big or small. You rock, Rob.
Thank you.
That's awesome. Thank you. That's what we strive for. And as long as you're willing to learn, we're willing to help 100% of the time. The Google Internet boxes, I got those on Amazon, of course. Yeah, they're awesome. I mean, and you can buy 1, 2, or 3 of them. So I had to buy 3 of them to spread out because I have a big house and it's older. So, but you can buy two of them and have one in each room if you have just like a one-story house, whatnot. I bought 3 and I love them. So, and let me tell you this, I was able to set them up by scanning a barcode on the underneath of the first one, and it walked me step by step through the others. Rob was so excited that he doesn't have to set up my Wi-Fi and stuff anymore. It does it for me and lets me even set my own password, so it's not 83 digits long. So yeah. What is the code?
I haven't made one yet, so yeah.
I'm just going to tell you guys on here, anybody who wants it, it's thank you.
And it's not active yet.
It's not active yet. So I'll give you an extra $50 off the special that's already going. So right now we have for the July special $199.99. Ooh, and $50 off will give you. You know what? Let's make the code. Let's make it Carson. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna make the code Carson. 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 Yeah. Oh, I have an LT2. Can I upgrade it? I wouldn't.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, the SX2 is older. I would upgrade that definitely. I would not upgrade the LT2.
Quite honestly, the difference between the LT2 and the LT3 is going from the Samsung Galaxy S7 to the Samsung Galaxy S8.
Wait till the 9.
Yeah. I wouldn't update it. I mean, you can if you want to.
So yeah, I think that's it. I don't want to keep anybody too long. If you want to stay on and ask any more questions, I'm going to look for. See, there's a show I was going to look for somebody. The Mayweather fight. So what I would do on the Mayweather fight, here's what I would do. And it's a challenge. You got to find it, but you get good at it. The first clue is to get there early. So you got to, not the prelims, you want to be there right when it gets on. From sports, I would go to Castaway is one example. So go down over to Castaway. And then if you see that, just hit the back arrow. From there, go to live sport, and just good luck. Go through each one of those links. You just click on each one, and it'll have all those are live events. Keep in mind, you guys, if it says football, it is soccer. And it needs to say American football. So you got basketball, fighting, rugby, ice hockey, tennis. You just got to get good at that. It's a little bit more of a challenge. The movies and stuff are pretty straightforward. You go there, you click on it, you got the sources, you play them. They're always, you can favorite them and whatnot. These are harder. You also got a lot of your sports channels. You can go into hit the back arrow and go to the very beginning. You can just hit the back arrow a whole bunch of times and then just go. Remember I told you from left to right. The newest model is the LT3. So you can go from left to right. Sports channels the first one. Sports channels 1 and 2 have a lot of the ESPN 1, ESPN 2, Fox Sports 1, Fox Sports 2, that type of thing. They're hit or miss. So that's why we don't push them. We leave them on the box because some people get really good at them in European sports. Everything's on there, but we don't support it, and we definitely don't tell you to buy a box for the sports. I mean, if you think about it, you buy, 6 DVDs at full price, new ones, and you're paying for a StreamLine box. So we feel the movies and TV shows alone are worth it. The sports are just an add-on bonus. No. So the LT3s are on the newest chipset. So I would think those are going to be good for several years.
They're 64-bit.
They're 64-bit. So 3 years from now, I couldn't tell you what's going to happen. However, if you're ever forced, yes, Fox Sports 1. If you're ever forced by because it's not working anymore, it's not updated software, we'll always give you a $50 off. So make it $50 instead of $100 for the upgrade. The only time we'll charge you $100 for an upgrade is if you had, say, an LT2 or LT3, and you wanted the newest model because it had voice recognition software or something new, and you just wanted it because you wanted it, then it's $100. So the LT3s are the newest. There's not different types of LT3s. The LT3 is the newest box, and we expect that to be good for the next several years. However, we don't know, as we can't predict. We're in a market that changes faster than we can control. So, okay, Unsolved Mysteries. Do you guys, whoever, the Unsolved Mysteries, do you know what network that's on or who that is? I'll look for it. One channel. Try one channel. Like Unsolved Mysteries, is that? What I would do, the first thing I would do is I would go to a phone or a laptop. It's dead. What? And I would just go down to TV shows. Yeah, so what do you I don't have the internet on yet, but I'd love to see what. Look it up for me. Look up Unsolved Mysteries. I want to see. I'm just going to type it and see, but I want to see what. So there it is, Unsolved Mysteries on CBS. Thank you. Bum, 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 bum. And see, and this is why we do this at the end, because if we can't find it one, we have to go to another. It could take a little while. So. Yeah, so this isn't looking good in this app. I'll go check out another app. But I think this ended in 99, and if I can't find it, it's probably because there's not enough people demanding it. So they're gonna. That's why we say we get most everything. You're not going to get 100% of everything. And so, see, it's just stuck. This is a perfect example of I don't want to wait anymore. So I'm going to hit the home button. And then I'm going to go over to the rocket ship, click on the rocket ship, blast off, and then I'm going to go, and by the way guys, you can always click on the middle square there and that'll take you right to our page, right to that offer. I'm going to go over to the media center. Keith, no, if you're upgrading, we don't care, oh wait. So for upgrading from the SX2, do I need the original box to return it? No, we don't. If it's one of the boxes out that we were given a discount on, we do not care. So as long as you have the parts to it, we're good with that. So let's see. So I try to. I'm gonna try Specto. What? So movies, TV shows, search. Okay, there's all the seasons. That doesn't mean anything. So I found it in Specto. So Specto is one of the first ones I would try. And then I would. And then there's all your. See, and that's the problem. Okay, I know what it is now. All right, so Unsolved Mysteries is very similar to soap operas. And they have so many of them, and they've had so many episodes that there's too many of them for them to catalog. It's not like a once-a-week series. It was an everyday thing. So it's 13, 17, 18, 19. It's just so many. I don't know if it's weekly, but there's so many of them that you need to go through here and check them out. I did find them. I just don't. You're going to have to go see if they work. And then you can also, if it doesn't work there, try this one. From there, you're going to go hit the back arrow until you're back out. you can go back over to salts. So salts, Specto, Exodus, Elysium, let's see, TV shows. Elysium, Exodus, salts, and Specto. Try in each 4 of those. I just tried in Specto. I found them. I just don't know how good they are. For upgrading from SX2, no, you don't need the original box. I think that's it. So anyway, I think we're good. I think I'm gonna show you another section real quick that about half the stuff in it works. It's just kind of cool to watch once in a while. Go over to news or to live TV. Go down to Goodfellas. Then go to free TV channels. From the LT3 to the SX2, $50 plus shipping. That's what we're saying. It's normally $100 for the if you have the SX2 or you have the SLT, it's $50. Okay, from here you're going to go down to either your news channels, sports channels, or USA UK channels. And these are going to be live with commercials. And go to USA channels. You need to make a list of the ones that work because about half of them work, half don't, but you can check them out. I'm going to give you guys another little secret. I don't know if it's a secret or not, but you know how you can go one at a time? One. If you want to go faster, click to the right once, and now you're on the scroll bar. When I click up or down, it's going to do a whole page at a time. Whole page at a time. Whole page at a time. Way quicker. Then you just click to the left, and then you go up to whatever it was you wanted to watch, right? It's that easy. And then just go through there, click on them, see if they work. If they work, just record that they work. So I just clicked on TBS, and there it is. Oh, and one of my favorite shows. 25 minutes long with a 2-week-old. It's all I get to watch. So those will be live with commercials. So that's kind of cool. Now you can also do the same thing with news. So go down to your news channels. And this is under the news section as well, under live TV. We've done that, so all you do is go under your live TV to Goodfellas and free TV channels. So you can play in there. When you go into your news, you're going to have a whole bunch of news. Just find the ones that work. A lot of them work. Don't go to local news, it's garbage. Go to world news. And then there's a whole bunch of live. So that's it. Just keep in mind, do your pack update once a month. How to hit your star for your favorites. Make sure to read the bottom line there. It's going to give you a whole bunch of good information. And we'll keep you up to date. If you guys need anything at all, our phone number is 916-790-6673. Option 1 for sales, option 2 for support info. And option 7 if you fill out a support ticket and need to speak to somebody in support. Fill out a support ticket at StreamLineTV.com/support. And other than that, we really appreciate everything. We appreciate our customers. We love you guys. And we appreciate from the bottom of our hearts.
Please make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel for updates on any new videos that we do. It's just youtube.com/StreamLine TV. There's also a link on the bottom of our website, which is StreamLineTV.com, to both our YouTube and our Facebook. And as always, on this bottom scroller bar, it tells you exactly what the address is to our Facebook and to our YouTube.
And do us a favor, please go to our Facebook if you like us and leave a review. And if you don't, leave a review too. We don't delete bad reviews. Yeah, but just let us know. Just give us a chance to make it right. That's all we ask. Just and like our page, leave a review, and we appreciate everything. We're out.